Poster. Basic stuff, toner change, basic scanning, basic copying. You can hang it with the machine or do whatever you need. I'll leave it here. Okay. So Chester, let me give you a little run through on how to remove misfeeds, how you do the toner, show you some control panel stuff. You need me to come back for some users and stuff. Just let me know. Everything goes in face up, holds about 100 sheets up to this max line here. Just don't go over that. Always hug the pages with these so you don't skew as they go through. This also lifts up so you guys can grab your originals, so you're not mangling your hands to get them. If anything misfeeds in the machine, it's going to give you a nice diagram on the touch screen here on where to go to get it, what drawers to open, what levers to pull. Document feeder, you're just going to open the top. Anywhere inside the copier you see this green color, it's okay for you to touch. So this peels back here. There's a dial right here. It spins in this direction. That'll help ease anything out that might be caught in there, maybe a check or something you don't want to rip. That'll ease it out for you. And then this also lifts up here. Once you clear everything out, close it back up. There is an underneath side access right here, green. If something gets caught when it goes back up and out, just pull this down, you can access it there. Also, if you're doing any books or anything like this, this will lift up. So you can put a book on here. As soon as you open it back up, it goes back to normal, drops down. Another thing, everything going through the document feeder is only read on this little strip of glass right here. Nothing is put on the big part of the glass unless the user physically puts it here. Everything through the feeder is only read on this little strip. Well, now and then little black dots get caught on here. That turns into a line on your page. 90% of the time, take a little damp cloth, paper towel, wipe this down. That'll get rid of the specks, get rid of the lines. Now the paper path, what it does, pulls the paper out of the drawers. They kind of come up, shoot straight out and drop in your basket here. So your main misfeed area is going to be this side right here. You grab this right here. It'll tell you to open it. This whole thing will open. Again, green's okay to touch. You see you have two pins here. One green pin here, one green pin here. And then this opens. Those pins take pressure off the rollers in here so you can pull the paper out without it ripping up on you. And then this also lifts up if anything's caught right here. Otherwise, once you clear that out, pop your pins back, close that up, you're good to go. Another door right here. This generally is if somebody maybe didn't load the paper right, it kind of crinkles up and stops. It'll tell you to open this door. No green levers or anything in here. You'll just pretty much see the paper kind of laying there. Bypass tray, it's like an extra paper drawer. Holds about 100 sheets, good for letterhead, odd sizes you don't want to change the whole drawer over to. Print side goes down. Couple key things, you got to follow this diagram here when you put paper in here. You flick this to 1, put your paper in. Most important, flick this back to 2. If you don't do that part, it won't see that the paper's in here and it won't know the paper's in there. Also, this will extend if you don't do any large paper. The paper drawers are, first of all, you got storage down here. You got an extra set of toners that are full set, along with the full setter in here. They're not starters or anything. Paper drawers right here are, the first drawer is 250 sheet capacity, so it's about a half a ream. Fully adjustable to whatever size you want. Second drawer is 550 sheet capacity, so it'll hold a full ream. You get down to a few sheets, you put a full ream in there. Fully adjustable as well. Just take the guides here and put the paper in. The sizes are written on here, but if you just put the paper in you want to change it over to, kind of slide everything up to the correct spots. There's also a little thing here to change. Say what paper's in here. But the most important thing, if you guys change the size of one of these drawers, is I got to tell the machine. If I don't tell the machine, maybe I put legal size in here, I don't tell the machine, it'll misfeed every time. Because when it sees that size rolling through, it'll just stop. Tell the machine you've changed sizes, you just go user functions, drawer, highlight the drawer you changed, pick the size you changed it to, maybe LG. Once you see LG there, hit OK. That changes the size, you're good to go. Toner is in here. You got all your colors right here and then your waste toner bottle. It'll tell you which toner is empty, so you pull that one out, grab your new one, shake it up, pull the tab. Don't pull the tab and then shake it. You usually have your white shirt on, everything gets all over you. Put it in here, label side up, slide it in until it clicks in. Now this next thing I'm going to show you is, you may forget this once you have it on videotape, so maybe you won't. So eventually across the top of the machine, the control panel is going to say time for slick glass and main charger cleaning. Sounds like a service call, and if you guys forget how to do it, you can call us and we can let you know how to do it. But what that is you open the door here, First of all, you pop the waste toner bottle off. There's this right here. Then you see all the colors here. Each color has this little green tab right here. Pull each one of these out. That cleans the main charger. You pull them out, push them in. Slick glass cleaning is, you see how each color has this little green thing that drops down? Grab this stick, has a little piece of cotton on it. So a little green and white arrow pointing out of this hole right here. You just slide this into the hole. It's going to stop at that little stopper. Do that for each color. That cleans the slick glass, clears that message. You guys are good to go. There's a little diagram how to do that here, but again, like I said, if you forget, Chester, just give me a call. I can walk you guys through it. And then close that up, put your waste toner back on. You'll want to order an extra one of these because it'll eventually fill up. You have to get rid of it, put your new one on. If it fills up and you don't have an extra one on hand, you can dump it out. Just be careful, it's messy. Toner type stuff. Service and supply phone numbers are right here. This is your ID number, 20117. That's the number you want to give us when you call. That tells us who to send to fix it, what type of supplies you get, stuff like that. Okay. All right, let's get into the control panel. It's handicap compliant, so it's okay to move it up and down. These 4 tabs right here kind of control what the machine is: copy, scan, print. I don't think, did you guys get fax on it, Chester? No. I don't think so, so don't worry about fax. So anyway, I'll kind of start over here. First of all, your hard power switch is over here under this little flap. Oh, it's not under a flap anymore, but it's right here. If you need to shut it down immediately, boom, there's your button. The graceful shutdown, you should do if you ever want to shut it down, hold this down. It'll say shut down in progress. Shuts down. Do the same to turn it on. It does have full energy saver mode. If nobody touches it for an hour, it'll go into sleep mode. It'll wake up if you start printing to it or hit a button or anything like that. And you can also force it into energy saver. Just hit that button. It'll go to sleep. Wake up when you want it. Function clear. Clears any settings you put in. Double-sided, stuff like that. This will clear you back to ready. Stop will stop a job if you need to. Start your copy process. Copy count, listed right here. This clear button only clears the copy count. Doesn't clear any of the settings like function clear does. Counter button, when you need total page count, there's the count, the mileage. You can also hit print out total counter. So when we call for billing or need that, just hit print out total counter, print out the count, serial number, send it right back to us. Also department management, that's if you wanted to lock down this machine. You need to put codes on it. Only people with a code can use the machine. You can also set limits on people's codes. So if they give them 100 color copies, once they hit 100, they try and do 101, they can't do it. It says see administrator, they got to see you for more access. Interrupt interrupts a copy job. Say someone's in here doing mainly it's for almost like printing. If someone's printing a big job, you come in, you make one copy real quick, hit interrupt, it'll stop the copy, it'll stop the print job, do a quick copy, hit interrupt again, it'll resume the job you interrupted. So right here, this controls what it is. Right now it's on copy. These 4 tabs right here, the ones you guys probably will use the most. 100% zoom is reduce and large. You got presets over here, or you can do increments of 1%. What I really like though is you have original sizes here, copy sizes here. So let's say my original is letter, and I want my copy to be ledger, like the big poster I brought you. See how it automatically calculates my enlargement ratio, and I'll figure out what that is. And I hit OK. And if you notice, it says change drawer to correct size. It knows I don't have ledger in my paper drawer, so it's saying, hey, you got to fix this, or I can't do what you're asking me to do. So it's pretty smart, sometimes too smart. Finishing, you guys don't have a stapler or anything, so you pretty much, and it's going to collate or sort anything you put in the document feeder. So if you put a 3-page document, you make 5 copies, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you go to group, it'll give you copies of this page, 3 copies of page 1, 3 copies of page 2, 3 copies of page 3, all grouped together. This is your double-sided, the 1-to-1 tab. If you need to do any sort of double-sided stuff, the standard is 1-sided original, makes a 1-sided copy. That's 1-to-1. 1-to-2 actually takes 2 single-sided sheets, turns them into a back-to-back copy. 2-to-2, I already have a double-sided original. It's going to make the same double-sided copy. 2-to-1 split, I have a double-sided original. I want to split it into 2 single-sided sheets. Book 2, that's for copying out of books. You got to tell it if you're copying, if you open your book and you're starting on a left or right page, and then making your copies, and then are you ending on a left or right page. So once you determine that, you press it, Hit OK. That orange line pops out. You put your book face down, binding along this line. It'll come out and copy the one page, and then the other page, without having to move the book around, just turn the pages.
Do you have to have it at this?
Yeah, that's the center if you want to do the book binding, yeah.
But you have to go all the way to the top.
Yes, yeah, you want to do, this is the arrow. So you want to, if you're using the glass, you want to have stuff into this corner. So yeah, you want to have it up to the top, yeah. But if it's a small book, you know, you could center it. You know, if it's like a small little pamphlet instead of a full-size book. So yeah, you can do that. Text photo mode, you guys can adjust for text only, photo only. It's defaulted to text/photo, so it's going to do a pretty good job. I highly recommend photo only if you're going to do passports, licenses, stuff like that. It really gives you a good image, but you guys have a color machine, so I mainly say that for people with black and white only. You can just do a color copy and you're going to see it. Everything's going to come out great. Full color makes it color. Black makes it black and white. Auto color, let's say you have a 10-page document. 5 pages are color, 5 pages are black and white. If I do auto color, it'll read each original, sees color, makes color, sees black and white, makes black and white. You want to lighten it up, left for light or right for dark. Otherwise it is on auto, so it automatically tries to match. Job status, this is an important button, especially if you start printing to it. It's kind of your job queue, so if somebody sends a bad print job, everybody be stacked up in here. You can actually highlight the bad job and delete it. You can also check your toner level. You can go to your logs, check your scans. If they went through okay, if you had faxing, you could do that. So this is kind of your logs. And then, again, your jobs page. And if anything's wrong, then maybe something's not set up right, or you can't do something, it's out of paper when you try and do something, this will blink orange. If you see that blink in orange, it has something to tell you. So hit it, and across the top, it'll say, hey, add paper to the bypass tray, or fill up this, or, you know, stuff like that. Edit tab is all your guys' editing features. I'm not going to run through what every single one of these does, but feel free, if you guys are ever into one, to give me a call, or if you need me to come out and give you a run through on how to do some stuff. But it's got some cool things. Edge erase puts a nice white border around the whole edge of your page. You want to get rid of like fax headers, rips and smudges. That'll do that. And you can tell it how big you want the border to be. 2-in-1, 4-in-1, that's a cool one. If I hit 4-in-1, put 4 single sheets in here, it'll shrink them all down and put them on one page. Same with 2-in-1. Timestamp, it'll timestamp your copies for you. You just tell it where to put it on the page. It'll page number for you. Tell it where to put it on the page, what page number you want to start with, and it will page number all your copies. It'll do cover sheets. You can slip cover sheets onto stuff. You scroll down to page 2. You can omit blank pages. You can outside erase. You know, when you do copies with the lid up, you get the black bars around the edge. You can erase those. So all sorts of stuff under edit. Also, when you're under here, hit the button, hit the question mark, brief description of what that button does right at your fingertips. Most every button has it, so you can always, that's always a nice feature. Image tab, you'll notice there's some stuff grayed out on the image tab. That's because we're in black and white mode, but if you're in full color mode, you can do full adjustments on the image. You can do yellow, magenta, cyan adjustments, red, green, blue adjustments. One touch is kind of cool. If I hit warm, it'll bring out your reds. Cool, it'll bring out your blues. You can also do one color, like copy everything in pink for Valentine's Day. You know, whatever you want to do. You guys can do all sorts of fun stuff like that. So that was a copy screen. Scanning, you guys can set this up to scan to email, scan to network location, or scan to a flash drive. They all kind of work the same. If you guys set up, if you did email, you'd have to configure it against an email server or Gmail. But if you have done that, all you would do is go scan, email, to. You can load people in an address book to where you just highlight their address. Otherwise, you can type in an address, so-and-so at blah, blah, blah.com. Okay. Okay, again. This right here, your file name, is the name of your PDF that you're scanning. So you could actually rename it. It dates it, but you could rename it before you scan it by just clearing it. Okay. And then right here, if you're okay with your scan settings are black and white, 200 dpi, single-sided, you could hit scan. It would scan through and go to your email address. But let's say you want to do a color scan or a double-sided scan. Before you hit the scan button, hit scan setting. I can go full color, increase resolution, double-sided. There's 5 pages of adjustments, light, dark, you know, anything you want to adjust, you can. Hit OK. Hit scan, scans it through, goes to your email address. Kind of works the same if you're going to do USB. What I do is you pop a flash drive right here. It'll say USB device found down here in the black area. Then you just go scan USB, rename your file if you want, adjust your scan settings, hit scan, scans through, says safe to remove flash drive, you now have it on your flash drive. Same if you set it up to go to a network location or a hard drive. Scan, rename your file name, do your adjustments, hit scan, scans it through, and either goes to that folder on your network or the hard drive, and somebody can have shortcut access to it. That pretty much covers scanning. Print screen, you guys can send private prints that you can only release here. So if it's a confidential file, you add a little PIN number at your workstation. When you send it, it just sits here till you come in and highlight it and put your PIN number in. But you can also print PDFs from here from a flash drive. So if I put that same flash drive back in, hit the drop down, you'll see USB here as a choice. You hit it, it shows the PDFs on there. Highlight the PDF you need, hit print, prints it out for you. E-filing, get out of here. E-filing is a document storage area. A lot of people used to use these frequently. Now a lot of people like to just keep their stuff on the network and not have it stored on the copier because they're worried about security and hard drive issues. These hard drives are fully encrypted. Everything is erased as you do it. In fact, when you make a copy or do anything, you'll see erasing data right here. That just means it's encrypting and doing that every time you do it. But yeah, you guys could store documents on here, print them out whenever you need them, like fax cover sheets, office forms, stuff like that. Let's see, let's see, templates, you can store job settings. Like I could come in here, go back to the copy screen, set up a bunch of, double-sided, reduce 50%, photo mode, and then once I have them all in here, go into template, hit registration, highlight a template, open it, name it, then you name another little tab after that, hit OK, saves all those settings, so when you come back, have to do that same job, you don't have to put all the settings back in, you just go template, highlight the one you need, it updates all the settings for you. Oh, and then settings is a good thing. Say you're in here, you're doing some 2 to 2, some 2 to 2, some photo mode. Someone comes in and starts talking with you, you forget what settings you put in, just hit settings, it tells you what you have in there so far. Trying to think. Oh, user functions. This is kind of people probably won't go in here too much, but this is kind of where you can set settings, default settings, stuff like that. Like if you want to brighten up the display, which I always do. If you want to change the language of the control panel, it won't change the language of your documents. I've had a few people think it will do that. It's not a translator, but you can change the control panel language. You can add people to the address book from here. Highlight, entry, first name, type it, last name, email address, hit OK, and then it's in the address book. Admin tab. I don't know, do you want everybody to know the admin access password on the video? No. Okay. You won't do too much stuff in there though. And a lot of this stuff can be done through the web interface. Chester, so if we do get it connected, I can show you all that stuff. We can do web meetings and stuff like that. I think that should get you rolling, Chester. Can you think of anything off the top of your head that people might do? Otherwise, once you get your users in here and they start using it, if you need me to come back down anytime for more user training, or I'm really good at phone help and emailing instructions, stuff like that. So I'm going to leave you my card before we go. So, but that should get you guys rolling for now. Any other questions you might have? No. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to do a few last little things, checks, and make sure it's all good. Give you my card, and then any questions you have as far as connecting it or getting the wireless or anything like that, let us know.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. You're dangerous now.